Yeah. This is as high as I will sit.
Coming in.
Shit. Let me hear you guys.
Coming in beautiful. Oh, that's good.
Get right there. You have your phone off?
It's on silence. But yeah, it's on silence.
Do you look at these?
Yeah.
Can you see the table?
Yeah. No, I
No, not you. I'm not talking about
that. I can see like the topics.
No, I wanted to know if the table's in any of the shots, basically.
It's not the white.
Can I hear you guys in the microphones?
Push your place down.
I just spoke.
Whoa, what take on that? Come on. Check one. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Check one. Microphone check.
I told Drew that you told me what my best side was at French Brow, and he said you're gonna pass that off. And I was like,
I always get surprised which way he's gonna go. If he's gonna like actually like make fun of this, or like be totally on board with what we're talking about. Like just.
No, he validated your abilities, basically.
No, he did. Yeah.
Well, in his.
Yeah, you weren't there.
No, you did. It wasn't at the French Grill. You talked to him about it.
Oh, at the show. That's right, the dino show. All right, we should talk about that. All right, now we'll wait on it till the pictures are ready.
Alright, you guys sound good. I just wanna raise.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We could do that for a few different ones and just talk about that. Like.
Or that could just be. I have a solo episode is comedy bio and don't tell behind the scenes, and that's where we can talk about the hanger show. That's the only way it'll. No, come on.
The
solo episode. That could be a solo.
Are we live right now?
We're live on YouTube.
Okay, so I won't say what I was about to say. We'll talk later. Something that I heard that I feel like you should know. Not about you, but.
Oh.
Ooh, I know. It
Ooh,
sounds
shit.
very
Pause
good.
My favorite kind.
Alright, you look hot.
Just put that on.
Oh my god, you look. The sides are siding, Minda. It's all good. Alright, let me see here.
Should I get Eric closer?
Minda's hair is good. She always complains if I don't.
No, well, you don't. Abby does. So.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm asking. I should check him to see if you have any flyaways.
Well, she's got glasses on top of her head. She knows this. You go
Yeah.
for that.
Yes, I'm trying to look tonight.
Okay, glasses as headband.
And
Yes.
jeans.
I wear jeans, but these are trying on actually meant to put on sockies, but I'll wait until she's done.
Yeah, you're all about your socks.
With your studio
I don't know if, because I cross my legs a lot, Indian style or whatever they call it, crisscross applesauce. And I don't think you're really supposed to have your feet on a podcast, even though I have great, adorable feet. A little big, but they're still like very nice.
You have to massage your feet on the
I like that.
one.
Yeah, but there's
Yeah,
still
socks.
socks
this thing to do well, and you'd show your feet if you cared.
Yeah.
If you really want,
they're
if you really want this to be
that
that's where
impressive.
we're gonna go.
I don't want people to be like, why is there gross feet on there? Well, they're not gross. I guess they're adorable, so that's why I should do it. But they're not petite. Oh my God, there's a Real Housewife who says on camera that she's like a size 13 foot or something.
Jesus.
She's the one that's married to Charles Oakley.
I remember.
And she must be a tall lady person.
I was watching some basketball video, and the guy on the video was talking a lot of shit about your girl, Larsa.
Oh, Larsa Pippen?
Yeah.
Why? Just because they're a Scottie Pippen fan?
Well, that, the whole thing with Michael Jordan's son, and so she also slept with someone that's on the Grizzlies, that Scottie Pippen Jr. is like a good player now in the NBA, and one of the guys on the team, like, slept with Larsa Pippen, so he has to play with some guy that.
But it's Scottie Pippen Jr.
His mom banged one of the players.
Oh, yeah, I
I
guess
forget,
that is
I
his
forget
mom.
which player it is. Yeah. So, but no, his Scottie Pippen Jr. is
She needs,
balling out.
she's balling on OnlyFans. She gotta keep that up somehow.
Yeah.
Who's balling on OnlyFans?
Larsa
Larsa
Pippen.
Pippen.
Oh.
He knows her because of my further watching Housewives.
Is that Scottie Pippen's daughter or Scottie Pippen's
Wife,
Wife,
and
ex-wife.
she's on Housewives in Miami.
Mm.
And she was on there dating Michael B. Jordan.
No, Marcus Jordan.
Marcus Jordan, sorry, Michael Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, this is really famous. No, Marcus Jordan is just Michael Jordan's kind of or something.
He's got two kids. But actually,
And all of his daddy's money.
Should we start this?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm
Okay,
gonna.
so we're waiting on.
What, for me to come up with the agenda? I got nothing.
I don't want to write down all the topics. There we go. Some of them were from what we didn't do before.
We're on our way.
Alright, everything is rolling, and now we have someone speeding, so Dan, your favorite moment,
Is it that time?
it's that time,
That's a good one.
excellent, that was like the best clap we've ever had.
Yeah, that's top 6.
I don't think we even need amoxicillin for that
I
clap.
don't think we need an
Yeah.
episode.
Okay.
For that.
Are we close enough?
Yeah, but you're like falling asleep in this couch, I don't
Yeah.
know,
You said I'm
you're
thinking
so
your hair
comfortable.
sticking out.
No, it's not.
Yeah, and like pull it in your shirt, we were talking about. Oh my God, because I hated the way he looked in the last episode.
I did, my hair looked stupid. Whatever my good side is, I have the opposite when we did the last
We might both be left-sided, which, I don't know, you're just gonna have to play couple for
Yeah,
us.
my face.
Alright, if Dan's gonna be really particular in the way he looks now, I will trim him too, god damn it. This-
Whoa.
You guys are both being divas.
What?
The divas.
Oh my God, did you even know he cared that much, or he
I
does?
didn't think.
Yeah.
But now,
He actually
when he
makes
goes
it
out
easier.
here, is out of place,
Yeah,
He watches it back.
I watched the recent episode,
and then you felt like Minda.
and then wherever my hair parts now, it looks like I have like a comb over thing going.
I did notice that, but I didn't, it would have been like a whole, like, you need to shower to redo your
Wow,
hair.
I look fat, fucker.
Look, this is the thing.
You look fat,
Reminder-
but you had, the hair was parting in a weird way.
It's because
You
he
parted it to
overparts.
that
He
side.
That's what I
overparts,
parted
and I
it.
tell him he needs
No,
to
you
flip
part
back
it to your
and
good,
forth.
this is your good part,
Okay,
this
so
is
my
your
good
good
side.
side, we're gonna make a
Whoa,
mark.
this is his opposite part.
Yeah,
This is the better
So I
part,
gotta,
and
you
makes
know,
your hair
work
full
on
like,
my part. Oh God, we gotta,
yeah.
this will be a whole episode.
about the parting.
Alright, we good? We kick this bitch off?
We are kicking it.
Alright, we are back for another episode of 2 Microphones, 1 Marriage. I'm Minda. Oh shoot, I messed it up.
I'm
I'm
so close to taking away the intro responsibility from you. It is this close. I'll let you clap it.
Alright.
You can do the same clap, but
Maybe we don't have to do the intros anymore. Maybe we can just go right in.
I don't know. I don't like podcasts, so I don't know how people kick these things off.
That's true. You never watched this one, right? You've never
I
seen
live
that.
it. You don't have to live something you watch, especially when you're taking in every moment, being present in the moment. And why rewatch a great moment of joy that I've already had with my husband?
Well, that's good, but you always forget the topics and what we talked about, so,
Well, that's why I have you.
yeah.
And soon, that's why I'll have AI giving me a curated list of what we've done and coming up with ideas for what we can talk about. But AI could never know the ups and downs, the intimate ups and downs of our life.
Not yet.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't let anything listen to us in the house besides our phones. 'Cause
Everything's
it's-
listening to us all the time. You
Yeah, I
can't
guess
stop
it's,
that.
you know, but we have no like
So your phone, you can shut it off.
Siri, you know, or whatever it is.
All the laptops are listening to us,
Those are
everything,
ones.
the cameras, everything's listening to us all the
The
time.
government,
Government
the
is.
government's listening. China, I think China's listening now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wonder when they listen, they hear all the basketball on their house. And they'd be like, man, that's a really great wife. But she, you know, during the playoffs, apparently basketball's on 12 hours a day now.
It is.
Thanks, NBA.
It's glorious. The opening rounds of the playoffs are Saturday and Sunday. It is 3 or 4 games.
Back to back, yeah, not even on simultaneously like the NFL. They literally just put them back to back to back to back. It goes from like noon to midnight.
Yeah, one until 1 to midnight. Yeah.
Yeah, oh. So we wore NBA shirts today.
Yeah, after Minda bitches about them.
Well, no, if we did it, yeah, if we're theming, you only like a good theme. That's your thing. It should be on Dan's favorite list. So we're theming it up to celebrate basketball being on incessantly for how many more weeks?
It goes through June. Yeah, June is when the NBA finals are on.
To celebrate getting me to a point that I never want to see basketball again, we wore our shirts.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy. What I don't understand, it's like, this is, for me, the trend of basketball season. It gets to a point where I'm like, God, how much more basketball can possibly be on? And then they do that fake out break right before the playoffs start, and then it shoots right into nonstop basketball for 7 days a week.
Well, no, there's no fake off break now because they do the playing tournaments. So there's no break. And then honestly, last year you got double screwed because then we went into Olympic basketball. So you really never had a break from basketball last year.
It's weird how they found a way to keep it on all year long.
Yeah. Why do you hate it? Why do you not like basketball? What did basketball ever do to you?
Because everyone's bitching like a little puss on the court. Oh, I got hurt. Oh, he touched me. Oh, my wrist. They're all little crybabies. That would never go. You put one of those basketball players on hockey, the ice rink, and they would be pushed out of the game in like 2 minutes. There's like the little bit of contact that there is, which also snoozy that there's little to no contact.
Yeah.
And then when there's just like a tiny bit, they act like little trumpy babies, like, oh, help me, oh, fell, like they all do it, not even like just
Well,
the
moving really
stars.
fast and jumping really high. So you gotta be careful when you're up in the air that high, for the record, because if you get hit and you're falling that far, you can get injured. But yeah, I mean, yeah, you can't compare it to hockey. Those people are insane. Like they'll get all their teeth knocked out and just keep playing. That's a different animal.
I've never seen, it's the only sport where the guys, for whatever reason, injury, you know, on probation, drug violations, whatever it is when they don't get to play, like, they're obnoxious on the sidelines. Like nobody's like that when they don't play on a football team or a hockey team. They're never like dressed outrageously and super over the top on the sidelines. They always are. You shouldn't be proud that you're injured or not allowed to play.
Well,
Okay?
LeBron now, since he's been in the league so long, he drinks wine. When he's sitting on the sideline, whenever he has a night off, when he's injured or
I
injury.
thought you were gonna say
is
during
just
the
like-
game at halftime.
Yeah.
He just like does like a little charcuterie.
No, he does. Well, he brings his own grapes. He'll bring. LeBron is notoriously cheap, and he'll bring his own like bag of grapes to the game and eat the little bag of grapes.
He brings his own snacks.
Yes, he brings his own snack to the arena.
That's not because he's
It's a
cheap,
quarterback.
it's because he's freaking weird. He's
Yeah.
like bougie, he's like annoying. That's annoying. Like, what guy playing hockey or even football would be like, oh, I brought my own fruit?
Yeah.
Now, if I were gonna say he brought his own grapes because he starts to ferment the wine right there on the sidelines, I mean,
No,
God, he's been playing long enough.
No, that'd be cool. But no, he just eats them, just pops them on the side. Sometimes we'll have bag of nuts.
I can see how stadium grapes probably aren't that great. Like, there's no way you're getting a fresh grape in a stadium. You know, like.
It's grapes, Concord.
I mean, it's healthier than popcorn.
Yeah, it is. I actually wouldn't mind a good stadium grape.
Oh my god. Could you imagine if they did a stadium cherry cup?
Oh, Jesus.
Frozen cherries in,
Yeah.
in a cup at
Or
the stadium?
blueberries. Yeah, that would go over
With you.
1%.
Yeah, with you and LeBron
Stadium
would be
colors.
really into it. Alright, yeah, I know. So why don't I like basketball playoffs, or you asked the game of basketball in general? Is because I don't respect any of those guys out there on the court.
Is it partially because you weren't that good at it? Is it motivated because you said, oh, I couldn't deal without fouling, so it's stupid?
Well, yeah, hold on. Those are two different issues. I was great at basketball. I was actually the 7th grade hoop shoot champion in Broward County. So I could shoot, but I just didn't understand. Yes, I can.
I've seen that form.
Well,
You won that contest shooting it with 2 hands.
actually, I think I got second place. But it was second place, and it started out in the whole county. Like, there was hundreds of kids who participated in this, and I was number 2. Best shooter county, Broward County. Well, it's not like Punxsutawney County or wherever you live, where there's like 8 people who can shoot a basketball. It's a lot harder down here. So, 1, I was actually very good at basketball, but 2, because I'm not a puss, I didn't want to play a game where like if you just even tap somebody's hand, like it's a foul. Like if my job is to go after the ball, then I'm gonna go after the ball. I don't understand. Oh, you can't reach in, you can't touch their arm.
Right,
It sounds really
you
lame.
change the rules of it, so.
I'm just saying, it just sounds like a stupid game. I played soccer, I played volleyball, I did track. I didn't need basketball.
You can't touch anyone in volleyball. I mean, like, you're separated by a net.
I'm not saying I don't want to touch people. I went through a lifetime of judo. I didn't want to touch nobody anymore. I had crotches in my face. I had people trying to choke me out as a 12-year-old. Like, after you do that, you try to go, less impact sport.
It seemed tame. Nobody's tossing a crotch at you.
At 11, I had a sensei who would take you and slam you until you started puking. I mean, that's a sport.
No, I know. I was in karate too. I know this.
Shut up! Your karate is not the same. We've
Yeah.
already talked about this, I think.
I don't know that we have. I don't know that we.
Your tongue Joe or what?
Tang Sudao.
They really do all the kaya, they don't even really touch each other.
No, we smart. They could not film what we did. It was so stupid. We broke boards. We did a presentation each year for the Groundhog Festival. That was my favorite part. But
Yeah, I'm
it's
sure
easier.
Punxsutawney Tung Sudo was
If
really
you've
highly
seen-
competitive.
If you've seen Bloodsport, it is like 100 times worse than that. You could not show. I mean, just dragging bodies out every Tuesday and Thursday from people just getting their heads kicked off.
Did you ever do an actual tournament like in a big city?
No, I did my black belt test.
They gave him a belt just because he stuck with it for 1,000
No,
years
they
and
didn't
learned
give
all the
it.
fake moves that they do.
I had to do a task where I had to do forms. You had to recite some Korean, which I butchered, and also you had to do 3 board breaks, high, low, and middle. And yeah, I broke all 3.
I had to go to the Miami International Judo Tournament and fight a Brazilian lesbian girl who was twice my body mass.
And how many boards did you break there?
I get it, she broke me, she fucking took me and broke me in half, that's what I was like, I went into this whole like, I'm not losing weight anymore, I'll just go into whatever weight class I'm in, and I was like a 14 in the unlimited weight class, I wasn't that big, but it was like, I don't know how I got myself there, but it was the wrong, no one should have let me make my own weight class decisions at 14, that is all I'm saying, it threw me into the open class with all the adults. Did you ever even fight an adult besides the instructor?
No, I never did the tournaments. I never.
How did you advance in, because like, in my real martial art journey, that included a real sport where you had to be.
What, did you have to beat one of the adults to get their belt?
No, but you had to win a number of first place medals in various state and national tournaments before they would reward you with a new belt.
How you got a new belt was you had to memorize the forms, which was like, they got more advanced for each belt, and then you had to do like a board break. And there might have been a third thing, but I don't know, I stopped when I was like in middle school, because I got my black belt, so
So it took you from 3rd grade to 8th grade to get that black belt?
So I had mastered it by the time I was in 7th grade or 8th grade, so it was time to move on to focus it was time to focus on basketball.
You weren't even tall yet. I can't believe that sensei or whatever he called himself at your hack martial arts places have stole all that money from kids in Tennessee.
Yeah, leader of death. I think it was rough.
Yeah, you can really kill people with all those forms.
Hey, if there happens to be people standing there, and they're willing to not move, they are in pretty trouble.
So sucky. I'm like Matt, he even tries to call it a martial art in the house. Like you can do international competitive judo, then he's trying to tell you he's tongues.
I think you're mad that I outrank you.
Yeah, of course you outrank me.
Dude, what were you like, a green belt or something? That was like when I was 10. So, yeah, by the time I was
To
13.
get that green belt that year, I had to be the international, national, and Sunshine State Game champion for me to move up to that green
Well,
belt.
we had to drive from Punxsutawney to Pittsburgh for me to do the black belt test. So, those roads are pretty windy.
I trained in France when I was 13
Yeah.
with their, like,
Oh, so you're
elite
training under
team.
the Eiffel Tower,
No, I was training and then I was meeting hot French guys and making out with them the last night you mentioned it.
Wow.
I got a chain, I still have it. I think it was Louise.
Is that your instructor?
Ew! No,
So
it
they
was
know your
super
belts?
hot little
Ooh.
French boy. We really connected. And it was a great makeout sesh. Yeah, Irish.
Jesus, okay.
That's like a little girl's dream. You go to France and you meet a hot French boy, and then the last night of the trip, after training in judo and getting your period for the first time, which was a crazy trip. Yeah, not prepared for any of it. But then you still no.
You kissed a woman.
I went no. Unfortunately, I didn't even get a kissy until last night when we were doing our going away party. I got a little kiss outside in the presentation of jewelry.
Wow.
Yes, that is every little 13-year-old girl's dream.
Alright. Why'd you leave?
Because I had to, I was flying back and I was
Sounds
actually
like
getting
you
sick.
What's his name? This fucking French douchebag.
I wish I could remember his name.
Sounds ugly.
Anyway, whoa. I mean, look, we're getting way off topic, but we spice it up as far as like, I'm not always talking about French kissing. Sometimes I make you do stuff you hate, but then things happen during it, and then you love it. Like when I make you watch Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Oh, yes.
Like, that's happy wife, happy life. He sucks it up, he does it, and then you get a little reward.
Yeah, well, the thing
What's your
about
reward?
The Real Housewives of Atlanta, I learned a lot from that show with the creativity when it comes to cleavage. Like, I didn't know you could showcase your boobs at that many different angles. It's like, it'll be under boob, it'll be like both sides, it'll be part of the side and under, a ton of the top. They glisten. They, you know, do the stuff where they really oil it up in between, and then it's like a side boob and top boob. Like, it's some of the most creative cleavage I've ever seen. Out of all the housewives.
And your group, actually, you really appreciate that.
Yeah, yeah.
And shout out to Real Housewives of Atlanta, you ladies, what you're doing with your boobies. I mean, and this is something from the beginning. These bitches have been leading the boobie movement on that show. And what's crazy is they have all the best asses too, and yet they are still bringing cleavage to the party. You do it better than any of those old white ladies do it. I don't know what you're doing there, but it is like boob on boob. Like, you can't watch a confessional without a nip slip. I'm gonna say in every confessional there's like at least the top of somebody's neck coming out.
Tongue blurring. Yeah. In just about any party they have, because there's some sort of altercation where people are yelling and
Someone jumps up and then like little titty pops out. Yeah.
Making it a freaking constant blurring. I was like, yeah, no, they are really creative on that show. Yeah, that's probably why it's my favorite one that you put on.
I watch all of them.
The other one, yeah, every so often, you know,
New York, they don't got movies.
or they'll get naked and they'll jump in a pool, or the one lady that was throwing the tiki torches.
Oh god, that lady, she's on the outs, they all hate her, she's super all well, and Andy Cohen.
Ooh, okay.
For taking advantage of
Or something.
alcoholics. Yeah, she was in recovery, and she says that they persuaded her to drink on camera.
Of course they did.
I know, that's their argument. They're like, didn't you watch the show? Like, that's what
what the trade-off is.
I
Like,
don't know why. She converted to Judaism and then just started suing her.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Which is weird that she converted to Judaism and then sued Andy Cohen for Bravo. Like,
The
I'm
old
not.
Judaism card. If you had option.
Well, I mean, it was her next boring step to getting sober. So I'm gonna convert to
Well,
one.
Andy Cohen, is he Jewish? Is that?
Andy
Oh,
Cohen?
yeah, he's okay, no question. Yeah, he's
I don't know.
I wasn't thinking.
Son's name was Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was she turning to Judaism to play favor with Andy Cohen then?
I mean, look, I don't want to take away from anyone's religious journey. I hope that she's a true person who has, discovered that she wanted something else to live for, a new mission and purpose in life. But I'm just going to say, when she went sober again, she kind of lost the storyline of drinking and being fun. So, being on the Housewives and doing a storyline about converting to Judaism isn't that off the mark.
Yeah.
Especially if you're not going to drink on camera.
No.
Or at all.
No. I mean, that's the trade-off for the show. It's like, yeah, you are in the public eye all the time. Your life probably, obviously you get to do a bunch of stuff. People in your shit all the time. If you're not dramatic or interesting, they're not going to keep you on it, but you can't cross the line. Like you said, the one lady crossed the line recently with it did like the...
Oh, yeah.
She was in Atlanta one, right?
No. Yes. Yes, she was in Atlanta one. My bad. Yes,
Yeah.
Kenya is out. Yeah, she showed that girl, some dudes, on a big poster board. Her business grand opening.
We can't say dick. When did you get clean?
I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to say. I've noticed like our editor Joey bleeps out a lot of stuff, so I was trying to give him one less thing to bleep.
Okay.
Just trying to be helpful. Sorry. I'll get more graphic. But yes, look, the Real Housewives of Atlanta, they understand what they're there for.
Yeah.
They're there for people to do such terrible things that they get kicked off the show. They definitely don't get through any girls' trip without shaking their ass like strippers out by the pool. And every episode has something new happening with titties.
Yeah. It's
So-
a creative turn on cleavage.
So that's all you can ask. And yeah, I'm not sure, but you know what, to be fair, that Leah girl who's suing Judy, she doesn't have anything, so
Yeah, they're
maybe
off.
she was just running out of stuff to do.
Yeah, they're off.
Are we, timing this at all?
Yes, you are at 21 minutes.
Oh, okay, alright, let's good, we're almost wrapping up. Well, okay, so
Rolling.
I'm gonna flip and dip here on the order, because we are talking about favorite things, and then we do have the segment, Dan's favorite things. So while we're talking about things you love, that I make you do, like watch Housewives, we'll look at the titties.
Yeah, it's a trade-off.
One of the things that you like that I don't have to make you do is I've realized over the course of our relationship that if Dan sees any kind of flight on a menu, it's a yes. Is that a fair
It's
bit?
always a yes. Yeah, I have a certain cost threshold, because you can get some expensive flights out there. And I'm not talking Egyptian Airlines,
I don't know.
you know, flights, I think
Right?
airplanes,
Yeah, I get it, but what?
like expensive flights. I was talking about airplanes, we were talking about food flights.
I don't know. That's a good one, honey. You're so funny. I just didn't know how you went Egyptian. I got the whole airplane flights
Because it's
thing.
an expensive airline.
Is
not
it?
a flight,
How
yeah.
do you know about Egyptian
I know
airlines?
everything about airlines.
Who are you, Trump? How do you know? You know everything about airlines. You know everything about titties.
What were we talking
You know everything
about?
about flights.
No, like food flights.
Food
yeah.
and
Let's
I
get
think
back to
alcohol
the
is
serious
mostly-
podcast.
Yeah.
We'll get back to, no, I do. Well, it's typically a lot of bourbon flights, it's a lot of beer flights, it's tequila flights, but, and we were trying to figure out where it was, but I got a pancake flight. And it was phenomenal. And they were full-size pancakes. Like, one had chocolate chips in it, one had bananas in it, one had maybe like cherries and something else in it. And, I mean, yeah, you were full for a long time and my stomach hurt, but like, it was worth it because you got to try so many, I just like the idea of trying so many different things.
That's what I was gonna say. One thing, because you always do a taco flight. Obviously, you have the pancake
Yeah.
flight. I think there, yes, unless there's a cost threshold issue that you're having with almost any tequila or bourbon flight.
Yeah, well, I've never said no to any bourbon flight. It doesn't matter.
Tip for all you restaurant owners. You see this sucker walking in, just
I could throw a quick bourbon flight together. It could be.
$250.
Yeah.
Let's try it.
3 shots of cat piss, I would fucking, if it was different, 3 different cats, I would do it. Any type of flight.
Any type. Well, yeah, that's the thing. You can turn anything into a flight.
Yeah.
Why do you think you love it so much? Just the variety.
Variety, I love variety. I don't know, it's like, oh, you try this one, oh, now you go back to this one, wait, a third one? That's crazy. So,
Well, it's even better when it's like one of those like flights and there's like 6 of them. Remember when we went to that cider place in like
oh god, Denver,
Denver,
yes.
and they gave you a cider flight, which you could never get like a cider flight anywhere. So shout out to whatever they were, Cider City or whatever, Denver Cider.
Yeah,
Nonetheless, their cider flight was like 8 deep.
yeah, and they were all good, and I'm not a big cider guy, but yeah, they were all fantastic. I wish I could remember the name of it, but yeah, they were good. Yeah, Cider Town. What was, where we used to go on the Ave that I used to get sake flights? The Buddha
Garden?
yeah, Buddha Garden had, rest in peace, had the best sake flights when they had JB.
I wonder if we broke into that place since it's been, I don't know if it's really abandoned, but shut down. Like, I bet you everything in the bar is still there.
Yeah, it might be.
Mix
Some
around.
aged sake.
There you go.
That would be.
No,
Something else.
Yeah, that would make you want to puke. Alright, we're wrapping up on something shorter than I guess I was gonna do. I was gonna flip and dip, but now we're talking about things that you love, and now, it's gone movies, we've gone flights, and recently for Dan Minda, we talk about things that we've done that are interesting and new, and we, for the first time ever, newbies, virgins, did axe throwing.
It was fantastic. It was really fun. It's cool how much they push you to drink when you do it. That's the coolest part about it.
Yeah, like at the check-in, when you check in for the axe throwing, it's at the bar.
Yeah, they make you sign the waiver while you're,
And then you hear from the drink menu.
yeah.
They're like, here's the waiver and our drink menu. Are you ready to throw some axes? They don't even require closed-toed shoes, but it's highly suggested, but not required.
No, I was chucking flops. Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, you've never done it before. Just wear a sneaker, you know?
No, it was a good throwing sneaker. Yeah, but I didn't.
It's a throwing flop?
Yeah, it was a throwing flop. Yeah, that's what makes it good sneakers. But yeah, it was a good throwing flop. I don't know, I wanted to be comfortable, so I didn't want to like wear my dress shoes to go, chuck an axe and shovel.
You have really cool, you just sneakers, like regular
Oh
shoes.
man, I gotta.
Wear your dress shoes.
Yeah.
Who's requiring you to put on dress shoes?
It just felt like a lot to wear. I felt more comfortable in my flip flops, and it worked because I was fantastic at it. Actually, we were both really good at it.
We were, and we'll get back to that. But this is the crazy part about the flip-flop thing, is like when we would just tell people we're going axe throwing and even like invite them to come with us next time or whatever, there's people who think it's too dangerous.
Yeah.
Like they're afraid to act, like not even, like even sober axe throwing, they're afraid to do for some reason, and I don't understand the fear. Maybe like before we went, we had questions.
Yeah. It was one of those things where I thought when we were just gonna suck at it, it was gonna be kind of frustrating, doing it our first time. I never thought of it being so dangerous that I wouldn't do it. But one of our friends was showing us a bunch of videos of them bouncing back, which I feel like you have to be so slow for it to bounce back and actually hit you and cut you.
Yeah, or just not like throwing it and then just not paying attention, like not
Yeah.
moving at all. Or like I thought it could be a little dangerous until I saw like you're not throwing axes like the kind that you chop wood with. You're actually just throwing hatchets.
Yeah.
They call it axe throwing, but it's not like the giant axe. It's just a hatchet.
Yeah, they're like tiny little hatchets, and then also a shovel.
Oh yeah, at the end
Shovels.
we were so good that the guy was like, yo, they start upselling shovels, we have knives.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
We
he's
got
trying to
Chinese
tell
throwing
me.
star, did you throw anything into that wood?
So I was using my regular axe throwing technique, which he said, well, you have kind of an unorthodox style for throwing axes, but obviously highly efficient. And I was like, well, I'm gonna apply that to the shovels. He's like, that's not gonna work. And when I bullseyed like 4 shovels in a row. So
No, you were extra good. I mean, for newbies, for never doing it before. We were with a couple who had only done it once before, so it's not like they were like, in an axe throwing league or whatever. But they had done it once, they were trying to like give us tips, and we were totally like blowing them out of the water.
yeah, we did. It was it's not like we did teams.
Storm-like.
So,
No, it was everyone against themselves, like each other, which was cool. So no one was on a
yeah,
team.
we got one for first and second.
Was it first and second or first and second?
No, I got first. Yeah.
But nevertheless,
Don't pretend like it was that close.
it was really close.
It was close, but I clearly, I beat you.
Well, then don't be like, cool, don't act like it's that close, and then go, well, it was close. It was super
It
close.
was close, but I think you.
I think I know that I put in an amazing performance.
You did.
And,
It was good.
going with people who had gone before, and they were like,
Yeah,
oh,
we
this
smelled-
is
we
how you
smelled
do
that.
it. And then we like,
Yeah,
just,
keep your elbow in.
Yeah. Please. Why do you keep your elbow?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I was going to give you tips, and then what is it? They're like, bigger, like, it didn't even hit the bullseye. Or a bunch of like, clanging, that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, here's the thing with me and chucking axes is like, you could throw it, but you're allowed to take a step forward, and since I have like a long stride, I was practically just like putting it right in, like, it was.
Yeah, that, and you have like a long arm, so
Yeah,
you can just
long
really
arm,
kind
yeah.
of create some motion there. Yeah, it was kind of like you were cheating.
Not true, that's the
Because you can
yeah.
step up, like, and then there's this other line, and you're like, just don't go past that line. That's like the axe could bounce back and cut your foot off line. But like, my 2 steps didn't even get me to where your 1 step got.
Yeah.
So you got to throw the axe kind of technically closer than everyone else, so I guess technically it wasn't cheating, but you know.
Not cheating, the same thing people used to complain about when I played beer pong in college, is that I have a longer arm.
Yeah, so your reach is like halfway across the table.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, it
the
looks
reach-
like playing with you.
Yeah, people hated it,
Yeah, alright, well, nevertheless, I maybe don't go axe throwing with Dan, I'll worry about that, but maybe go axe throwing with your, friends, and even if you're not, let's consider yourself athletic,
yeah.
I think the fact that you, I think the fact that you, order from the bar before you start even the axes says, you don't need to be that good about it.
This is a commercial for extra.
I mean, no, because we don't own an axe throwing place.
Go there and throw a great party.
Throw a good time, just like this podcast. Wow, this episode has been nothing short of an axe throwing session.
Wow.
Fun,
Okay,
entertaining, we really knocked it out of the park.
Yeah.
So, wow, okay, well that sounded like full of confidence. Okay, so why don't you close this out then?
Well, I was gonna do our normal, follow us on all the things, follow us on YouTube, subscribe, follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, we're on Instagram, we're at Laughing Street on Facebook, so give us a follow, see us on tour, to Mexico Marriage. We'll be doing some shows, and that's it.
So you were talking shit on the way I was rapping to do that?
Yeah, just a regular boilerplate rap show.
Inspiring.
Yeah.
Sure, if they made it this far, they'll definitely come back now. Well, you can come back and see me where I don't do anything boilerplate, because this bitch is a real one. I'll tell you about it later on how I overcame the appliance today in another episode, and showed that guy from Home Depot.
What a riveting preview.
This is how you close strong, you know, like, you're gonna hear
Wait till you hear about our dishwasher being installed. You are in for a
That's
treat.
not the good part of the
Refrigerator
story.
too.
This is the thing, I won't give it away. Give it away.
Can I not be on this episode?
Shut up! Well, you weren't helping, Jesus Christ, no, I wouldn't want to be on the episode if I was you either. But basically the Home Depot guy was trying to tell me something could not happen that allowed my installation to happen, and then I got on the floor and I did it myself and I proved it wrong. So, everybody, we'll talk about that on another episode when we celebrate me.
Yeah, get your popcorn.
Whatever, we'll talk about when we celebrate me, for my birthday.
Okay.
And I'm sure this will air like, 9 months from now. So it won't even be my birthday anymore. Don't send all wishes. I hate my birthday. Alright. That's how you end an episode. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.
Bye.
I think that one was my favorite.
Was it?
I was
Yeah,
really
I What's that?
I loved every day. You were on fire, man. You could have done better, Dan. I don't know where you were. No, you're okay. So funny.
Alright.
I mean,
That's how you do a frickin' live.
we got more people.
No, we don't get anybody. No, oh, there's hundreds here. Oh, wait, hold on, I was wrong. Look at all these people who watched, and just nobody wanted to comment. They said that we're not talking to them, and so why even do this?
We're not talking to them.
Yeah, I'm not on a lot of lives.